Hello there, welcome to another Craig Life in France technology video. There is another video on my channel regarding this TP-Link MR600 router, mobile 4G plus router that takes a SIM card on this channel. So if you haven't seen it, please check out my channel and you can watch the first video when I say more about this router. As I said, just a brief, it's a fantastic router. I've been using it for about 3 years now. Because I'm actually based in France, so where we're based in France, unfortunately we can't actually get a fibre optic connection to this property. So the next best solution I could come up with, because the VDSL copper line is only like 30 meg download and about 4 meg upload, and it's just so slow. It's so frustratingly slow. You can't do anything if you've got any big files to download. Like, I'm a PlayStation 4 gamer as well. I've got a PlayStation 4 at the moment, and trying to download big game updates and new games is just impossible over the VDSL copper line. So I've had to go this way of this TP-Link 4G plus MR600 router. As I say, I've got another video on this channel that tells you more about the router. The first video I put up about it, which tells you more about the functions of the router. This is just to continue on to say that, like I say, this is the next best solution, other than being able to get fibre optic, is seeking an internet connection over mobile. And I can't rate this TP-Link router highly enough. It's absolutely fantastic. As you'll see on the other video on this channel, it's got it takes in dual band 4G plus signal, and to increase the speeds. I have noticed it does increase the speeds because it takes in 2 4G signals as opposed to just one. And I've placed this router in the area of the house where I get the strongest signal. As you can see on here, it's got full bars. So there's full bars where it is here, the 4G plus signal. So that's the fastest. And what I've done is I've rigged up an Ethernet cable, this white Ethernet cable in the back here. It basically goes across the landing here, around the back of the furniture, around the back of the furniture over here. Then it comes to up the wall here. So it goes up the wall here, up the wall, then it goes across this wooden beam up here, like this, and then it comes down the back of the wooden beam up there, into the room here, into this room. You'll see on the next bit of the video, I'll just show you in this room now. Through the top of that wooden beam into the top of the room here, and I've ran it down the wall, we've ran it down the wall, and it goes all the way down the wall, down the bottom of the room here, and across to where I've put another Ethernet, a TP-Link Ethernet hub. So it plugs into this hub here, and then all of my other connections, other routers and all my devices are all Ethernet connected. And then another cable runs from this Ethernet hub, and it goes down to the downstairs TV in the front room, so that's all Ethernet connected as well. So we basically just set up a really good Ethernet network across the house, and you can get Ethernet cables quite reasonably cheap. Reasonably cheap on Amazon. The 20 metre one, which is where the white one from the router comes in here, as you can see that white one on the end, that was about €15, 20 euros on Amazon France. The best place to look is Amazon, because you seem to be able to get some really cheap, good Ethernet cables on there for not much money, and it wasn't really expensive. And the TP-Link Ethernet hubs are really good as well. This metal hub here, these are quite reasonable. As you can see, it's got a lot of ports on the front here, a lot of ports, so they're quite good. So if you've got loads of Ethernet devices, you can just connect your main connection into one of these, and then you can run a load of devices off this, another load of Ethernet cables off this. And you can add as many of these into your network as you need to, these Ethernet hubs. Because I've got one where the cable runs to downstairs, I've got an Ethernet hub there as well. So it goes down to the hub downstairs and connects there, which is really good. The speeds I get over the 4G, as I say, it's a 4G mobile connection. It's about, I'm getting about, during the day probably, it goes down to about 40, 50, 60 meg download, and then overnight it'll go up to about 190. So it's between, say, 40 to 60 meg to 190 meg top speed. So overnight, at the early hours of the morning when it's quieter, the speed goes up to about 190 meg I've been getting, which is really good. Yeah, so I'm just going to go back out there now on the balcony now near the router now. So anyway, now I'm back up with the router. Really good, really good. It's a really good setup, not too expensive. As I say, the Ethernet cables are quite cheap to run across. So now we've got really good wired Ethernet network set up for not much money across the house. And you should always use Ethernet devices wherever possible. It's not advised to use Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi is never going to be as good as wired. So I would advise everyone to use Ethernet cables and Ethernet connected devices where possible. Although I run my iPhone, because as I've said on previous videos on this channel, I do love Apple, so I'm a heavy Apple user. I mean, I'm recording this video on an iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is a great phone, by the way. Been using it now for just over 18 months. It's fantastic. I do love my Apple stuff. I've got a couple of Apple TV boxes connected via Ethernet on the same network that run off this 4G connection. They run perfectly to stream French TV. I can't fault it, to be honest. And as I say, this router has excellent tech support. So TP-Link has really good tech support as well. They've got a really good number that gives you really good tech support over the phone. And the app you can use on this router, the TP-Link Tether app. So it's called the Tether app, T-H-E-R Tether. You can set all the settings easy on this TP-Link router. And I advise you, if you do buy one of these, to make sure you go in and change the Wi-Fi network to a custom Wi-Fi network name and change the custom Wi-Fi passwords. You should never use the inbuilt custom Wi-Fi passwords that come with the router. You should always go in and set a really complex Wi-Fi password with special characters, upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and make a really long one that's quite complex. You should never use the pre-configured Wi-Fi passwords at all with these. So, and also those of you that do use this with a mobile SIM card, make sure that your SIM card lock is off, because sometimes some have used these routers and their SIM card lock's been on, and when they put it in the router, it doesn't work. So you need to check that your SIM card pin lock is off, and you can go into the settings of the router and switch off the pin card lock, the SIM pin lock, by entering the pin. And usually, if it's a new SIM card, it has a default pin code. So you can do that quite easily. And then once you switch it off, that's it. It won't do it no more. And I take this router away with me everywhere. I take it to hotels. I take it to when I go away camping. Wherever you've got a mains connection, it will work. So it does require a mains connection. It doesn't run off USB. You can't run this off a USB port, unfortunately. But yeah, I take it away with me to hotels, because this is actually more secure as well than using a hotel Wi-Fi network. I'm a little bit thing about using public Wi-Fi networks. So I don't advise using public Wi-Fi networks, because someone can easily snoop on what you're doing on a public Wi-Fi network. This is much more secure because you're using an encrypted mobile data connection with one of these, so it can't be snooped on. And I take this, like I say, to hotels. I go to Paris, on it sometimes, and I use it in hotels in Paris. It's really good. I was away the end of April in a Paris hotel, and I took this router, and it was really good. I got full bars 4G signal, and I was getting around about 150 meg download, which is enough for most people. That sort of speed is enough for what most would need. And it was about 30-40 meg upload I was getting. So, again, like I say, that would be enough for most people what they would need when it comes to internet access. And just on another note, the SIM card I've got on it is an Orange SIM card. I'm with Orange in France. And I think I said this on the other video on this channel as well about this router. Orange has the best coverage in France. It has the best coverage, and it also has the fastest data speeds. So if you want the best coverage, Orange France is the network to go with. So the best coverage and the best data speeds go with Orange in France. That's the best network to go with. And that's what I use. And the SIM card I've got is an extra one I get on my mobile plan. Over here in France, you can actually have two SIM cards on the same plan. So I basically got the main SIM card that's in my iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is unlimited data. It has an unlimited data allowance on the plan. which is unfortunately you can't get unlimited data plans in France no more because they've actually stopped marketing them. You can no longer, so anyone new or upgrading can no longer have one. It's only for people who are on an existing plan, and I've stayed on the same plan. They're actually withdrawn in October 2021. So I was lucky I actually got to move on to this plan before they withdrew it, so I've been able to stay on it. So yeah, I get 2 SIM cards, and the extra SIM is called a multi-SIM internet, and that's what Orange call it, multi-SIM internet, and it's only a €10 one-off payment for the SIM card, and then the extra SIM card goes on the account, on the same mobile account, on the same mobile plan, and it enables me to use the data connection, get the unlimited data on another device. So I thought, why not buy this 4G router and put the extra SIM card in this, and you can use it in a router, and the data allowance is truly unlimited. There's no fair usage policy. So I've been using nearly 2 terabytes of data a month because I stream all my TV over this, and basically everything I do online is over this. And I've had no restrictions at all on usage. I've had the network, Orange have never said you're using too much data. Nothing at all, which is really good. Whereas I know some of the UK networks, for example, all of them in the UK, I think, I may be wrong on that, they actually have a fair usage limit. I know EE, for example, EE UK, I think has a 600 gigabyte limit on their unlimited data plan. So it's not really unlimited data, really, it's 600 gigabytes. And if you're going to be streaming TV like I do, HD, 4K, over this connection, you really need unlimited, and a truly unlimited one, because it uses so much data. Like I say, I'm using about nearly close to 2 terabytes a month data on this unlimited data. Because like I say, we run 2 TVs streaming off this, 2 TVs stream the TV off this, everything, you know, so it's... yeah, but like I say, please check out the other video on the channel. Please like and subscribe to this channel, because I really appreciate that. Any questions or comments, please feel free to comment in the comments below, and I'll try and respond to any questions and comments as soon as I can. But as I say, please like and subscribe to the channel, and there'll be more videos in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.